The conflict between the United States and Iran continues to escalate, with new military strikes, growing regional tensions, and mounting concerns over global energy supplies. The latest flashpoint came in the Red Sea, where Iran-aligned Houthi militants in Yemen claimed responsibility for military strikes on two Saudi oil tankers. The Houthis said the attacks were part of a naval blockade on Saudi Arabia announced earlier this week. The attacks have intensified fears over global oil supplies by creating a second major maritime choke point alongside the Strait of Hormuz, which has already faced disruption since the start of the war. Following the tanker strikes, Brent crude oil surged to $100 a barrel for the first time since May. Reacting to the attacks, US President Donald Trump said the United States would hold Iran responsible, calling the Houthis an Iranian proxy. In comments later reported by Axios, Trump said he was seriously considering restarting major combat operations against Iran. He said a decision could come soon and indicated that any future military campaign could be larger than the earlier Operation Epic Fury. The Houthis, however, deny being an Iranian proxy. They say their actions are in response to what they describe as Saudi aggression in Yemen. Reuters also reported that Iran flew Revolutionary Guard commanders, military advisors, and missile and drone-related equipment into Yemen earlier this month. Iranian officials have reportedly denied supplying the Houthis with missile capabilities. The conflict has continued to expand militarily across the region. Iranian state media reported that a missile struck an area near Susa city on Qasem Island in the Strait of Hormuz. Authorities are assessing the damage and no casualties have been reported. Iran also claimed it struck a U.S. electronic warfare unit at Kuwait's Al-Adiri base in retaliation for overnight American strikes on the Shellam Sheikh border crossing with Iraq. Iran's Revolutionary Guard said the attack damaged the base's air traffic control tower and caused U.S. casualties. Reuters has not independently verified those claims. Separately, Kuwait's military confirmed that a drone struck the Abdali border crossing with Iraq, causing material damage but no casualties. The military did not identify who was responsible for the strike. Meanwhile, Jordan's army said it intercepted 3 Iranian missiles and 6 drones over the past 24 hours. Officials said one missile landed in an uninhabited area and reported no casualties or damage. The United States has continued its military campaign against Iran. According to Reuters, American forces carried out another round of strikes, marking the 12th consecutive night of U.S. attack. Verified footage showed the aftermath of a strike on the Shellam Sheikh border crossing, where Iranian media reported that 2 people were killed and 11 others were injured. The conflict is also facing growing political scrutiny in Washington. The Republican-led U.S. House of Representatives passed a symbolic war powers resolution directing President Donald Trump to halt military action against Iran unless authorized by Congress. The resolution passed with support from 4 Republican lawmakers joining Democrats. A similar measure is expected to be considered by the Senate. At a regional security forum in the Philippines, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the Houthis had been suckered into the conflict by Iran. Rubio added that the United States remains committed to a denuclearized Iran and said any further military escalation would be up to President Trump. The expanding conflict is having a growing impact on global energy markets. Saudi Aramco has reportedly offered additional crude cargoes from Egypt's Mediterranean port of Sidi Karil, a move traders say could provide greater flexibility as threats to shipping increase in the Red Sea. Qatar Energy has also extended force majeure on liquefied natural gas supplies to several Asian buyers, with exports continuing to face disruption due to the conflict around the Strait of Hormuz. International concern continues to grow. France condemned the Houthi attacks on Saudi tankers, calling them a serious escalation. European Union Foreign Policy Chief Kaja Kallas also described the attacks as unacceptable and urged the Houthis to stop actions that threaten international shipping and freedom of navigation in both the Red Sea and the Strait of Hormuz. Oman said it is coordinating with Saudi Arabia, Yemeni parties, and the United Nations in an effort to reduce tensions and return to a political process aimed at restoring regional stability.